Good morning in there, out there. From in here, out here. Vivi's here. Look what she's sniffing for. Look what she's grabbing. Yeah. She's got this new habit where she guards the front door, so it's a little hard to keep her here. But we can keep her nose. Oh, well, aren't we a boss? Look at this, you old rascal. You old rascal. All right. And then she'd probably just take off, after she has a few treats. Good girl. Stay here. You can sniff these, can't you? Oh, goodness. Do you know what we have here? And I have a little bowl of them in front of me. Say good morning to everybody, not just be a chow hound. What are you being a chow hound about? Oh, she's had the best time this week. Anyway, I was telling you, look at this. Look at this. Blackberries. Do you like blackberries? That sounded like Mr. Rogers. I do. Do you like blackberries or just treats? People like to see you not bribed. But you like to guard that door, don't you, sweetie? Huh? There. Good girl. That's my good buddy. She's had so much fun. We had early in the week, the beginning of the week, we've had some thing happen this week that we won't go there, but wow, you're in the dog show. Look at you. Down. Good girl. Former student Maggie Marklet and family, and 3 kids. Wonderful. One's named Jack, and Jack looked at Jack, and Jack held Jack, and then I started to do a Dr. Seuss thing of Jack with Jack and Jack and Jack. But Vivian had such a good such a good time with the kids feeding the fish. That was what, oh man. And turtles, and one, Stephanie, she could find frogs that we'd never find. There's one. Don't you love that sound? There's one. Hey, Mom, there's one. Boy, am I crowded. How am I going to do this? Well, welcome to Sentimentalist. Hi, Mark. What are we going to do if we're run by a king? Julie and I are trying to figure that out. We hear people saying they're going to move, buy one of those places in Italy, up in the mountains. It's just really, see, I go blank. I don't know. Drink coffee. Oh boy. What do you think, Viv? How about a blackberry? I'm going to have another one. Oh. We started, remember the show Monk? We started watching, we had a Monk festival, a couple nights. Want to know what's another one? Yeah. Another one? And it had a profound effect on me. I started going like this with everything. Oh, I had to shake it off, It's like one of those earworms, only it was a brain worm. And wait a minute, this pillow's a little there. Oh, you're not gonna look at this. Over to the door. I'm sorry. And I know some of you watch Viv, not this guy. I don't blame him. No, I don't blame him. Charlie Bryce has a wonderful new book. Look for that one, collection of poems. Bryce, B-R-I-C-E. Charlie Bryce. And, yeah, so let's, I guess, are you coming back? Hop up? No, you're just going to lick crumbs? Come on. Hop up. Come on. Come on, be with everybody, sweetheart. Come on. Oh. Well, we need a camera that moves all around, you know. Boy, what a soft, you know those soft, quiet rains? Boy, we had one yesterday. That was so something. And on the pond, it was like a Seurat painting, because you'd look at the water and it was just all these dots. No big thing, just a quiet little dot, dot, dot all over the pond. Oh, everything is so lush. Gosh, it's beautiful to take a walk. Okay, I set a record yesterday. Ready? The old record was 34. I was glad to break it. Yesterday I picked up, ready, 64 golf balls. 5 of them clear up the hill that comes up almost right beside the house, like 30 yards away from the house. That's some bad hooks. And it started, you know, as I'm looking at this heavy bag of golf balls, I'm thinking, at this age, it's like a summer job. I think I'm going to ask for, a couple bucks a ball when I return them to the driving range. Now, our plan right now is that we return them this way. I leave the bag out in a special spot, and the people the next house over through the woods, John and dear Jen and John, they go on a date to the driving range, carry the bag of balls, and return them by hitting them. I like that a lot. I have to sit back a little bit. We have a meadow now with grass is about that high or more. And it's wonderful, and Vivian loves to disappear into it. Just disappear right into it. Well, there's only a few days left on the discount on the collection that I have coming out. So 4 days left to get 20% off. If you need help with that, if you've lost the form, send me an email, jack@riddle.com. Julie's laughing. Why are you laughing?
You can just use the contact form on your website too.
Oh, you can use the contact form on my website.
That way you don't get a lot of spam emails.
That way you don't get a lot of spam. You just go to the website, www.
But you don't get a lot of spam.
I don't get a lot of spam.
By reading your email on a video.
Oh, Julie's told me not to send mine. Oh. Okay. It's not. Jack.
No, stop.
It's not.
Stop.
What I told you, that's not what it is. No. You do the morning thing with your phone with all the political thing. Tum, 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 tum. Oh, God. It's hard to believe. It really is. We were laughing the other day. Where was it that I read to come up with? I think it was Garrison Keillor. Come up with a murder where Emily Dickinson murders somebody. And she leaves a note. Think about it. They're trying to figure out who the murderer was. Lots of dashes. Why are there all these dashes in this murder note? Slurp, slurp. That was a good one. Yeah, being 80 really helps you be in the now, right now. Always the same. Everything's new again. Because you get up and you go, wow, I'm up again, I made it, okay. And you just appreciate, every little thing has a kind of presence to it that I just really, really, really love. My friend Jim Alice was in Norway, and he said it was different from here. The people, When I was, they were outside a lot, he said. Everybody was outside, they're walking, riding bikes. They just wanted to be outside. Part of that is the sunlight for only a short time. Well, we only have a few minutes left, and I want to go to New Wilmington, my little town. And one time I was about 10, and I was walking down along the creek at the college, and came up to the bridge over the creek, and there was Terry Alupa and his girlfriend. And Terry turned to me and he said, "You want to come over and look at the water with us?" And I had no idea. I don't know what that meant. Mrs. Totten was the operator for the telephone. Now that's really important because this is, when you had a number, it was a couple numbers, but you had a party line, and Mrs. Totten, you'd get on the phone, "Mrs. Totten, who do you want to call?" And I always remember my mother getting on the phone and saying who she'd like to call, and Mrs. Totten said, "Oh my God, Betty Saddleday's talking to her now. It's going to be at least another 20 minutes to a half hour before I can get through." Yeah, that's Mrs. Totten. I was the operator. So let's go back to the little town. We lived in a what do you call that? A duplex, two houses, but it was built in about 1840. So it was really old, and it was wonderful. It's my favorite house. I'm still in it. I can feel it. Stairs up to the upstairs, fireplaces all through it, but none of them worked. And we had a coal furnace that I had to fill every morning. I had to shake out the ashes, throw in the coal. Throw in the coal from Boyd's Coal Company. Yeah, coal furnace. Cozy. And in that duplex next door lived Miss McBain. And I don't know, I don't think I have to say a thing. This is one of those. I dreamt last night that a critic, I dreamt this. A critic said, "My poems stunk. None of them are any good." Just yelled it right at me. I guess I must feel that way. We're down to 2 minutes. I think we can beat Miss McBain in 2 minutes. Title of the poem, Next Door. Of course, next door. In a house filled with stale air and antiques lived Miss McBain, the church's secretary, a post she'd held for 57 years. She wore a hat inside, one with long brown feathers needing to be preened. She kept the records stacked throughout the living room, the dining room, even in the entryway. Next to the maple chest was 1952. Next to the olive sofa, 1931. The years were everywhere. She, of course, could walk to any stack, pull out the minutes of the month you wanted, hand them to you saying, "This was the time Tom Harper tried to get us all to buy a silver cross to hang above the choir loft." Or, "Here's where Margaret Nelson thought we ought to have a college boy to lead the youth." Or, "We changed the liturgy in March. It took 3 years to get that through." Take care. Be kind. So good to be with you.